The storm is coming. The Imperial throne lies empty. The scent of war swirls in the air. Evil awakens. A long-vanished foe stirs. Those who would destroy Tamriel seek out dangers to their dark plot. It is the 582nd year of the Second Era. The drums of war are sounding. This is where our journey begins.
Alright, thank you so much for joining me. We are going to play Elder Scrolls Online. I don't know how this is gonna go. To be fair, I have played a lot of Elder Scrolls Online in the past, but it's probably been about a solid year since I played. It's been so long that while I did buy Greymoor, I didn't play it. And the reason being is when I shared this game on stream, it wasn't favored at all, and so I kind of walked away from it to focus on other things. But I desperately want to play, and I hope that you guys like it. I mean, I understand if you don't, because it is an MMO, and we do have to deal with MMO life. Don't worry, I still will be playing all the other games. I won't allow myself to get super absorbed into Elder Scrolls Online, as MMOs tend to do. I'll be playing alone. I don't plan on playing with other people. I also don't plan on playing, getting heavily involved in guilds. Guilds don't have patience for me because I walk away and come back. So anyway, short introduction. We are jumping into the newest DLC, so this should be quite exciting. I am starting with a new character. I will probably whine about the fact that I miss my Templar. She is one that I've been with for the longest, but it's been long enough. It's probably for the best that I do play with a new character. But yeah, anyway, let's roll into it.
You're awake. Oh, thank the stars.
Didn't really look around though, but thanks for saying I completed it. Alright, I'm excited. I think I finally got the game situated enough that I can do this. Alright, here we go.
There you are. On your feet. I know magical translocation can really upset the stomach. Just take a moment and get your bearings, all right?
Where am I?
The Isle of Bolfiera, home of Clan Berini. I apologize for the cramped accommodations. We pride ourselves on courtesy, but circumstances here have taken a turn for the bizarre. I needed to make sure you weren't a danger to yourself or others.
Alright, well, can you let me out?
You might not be so eager to escape once you hear what's going on. You arrive via a portal, along with a Daedric beast called Shayazel. It seized control of our golems and unleashed them on the island. If I free you, will you help me stop Shayazel?
Yeah, set me free and I'll help.
Wise choice. Just give me a moment. There. That should unlock the door. When you're ready, follow me.
first. We're gonna test something. Empty. Okay, we are working. Yay! Alright, I'm excited. I hope you guys, this is something that you want to see, because if it's not, then chances are I'm not going to play it, because there's so many other games that are on my list to play. But anyway, I'm going to try to play this as if I'm a single player. It's a single player game. I'm going to try. We're going to meet other players. I know it. But let's see what we got going on. Hi.
There you are. Free as a spring cricket. I hope you intend to keep your word. We'll need each other out there. Of that I'm certain. The name's Norianwe, by the way, of Clan Daedra. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Where are we headed?
We're bound for a place called the Keywright Gallery. But first, I need to know you can defend yourself. Hurtling through the Orbis and falling flat on your ear left you a bit scattered. Find a weapon, and we'll work out the cobwebs. Fair?
Sure, but I have some questions.
Of course. I can't promise total transparency, but I'll be as forthcoming as I can.
You mentioned a Keywright's Gallery. What is that place?
The Keywright's Gallery is an ancient substructure of Bolfiera Island, built long before my clan arrived.
Why is it called the Keywright's Gallery?
On account of all the doors. The gallery's full of ancient gates, each with some arcane connection to places in Tamriel and beyond. Once the gates came to life, rifts opened. You fell out of one of them. The Daedra, shy as hell, emerged from another.
How did you escape?
I cast an incantation of the steed, snatched you up, and fled as fast as my feet would carry me. I heard the Daedra cursing, followed by some kind of explosion, but I didn't look back. I hope the gallery is still standing.
What are you doing here?
Nothing irresponsible, if that's what you're asking. I'm a member of Clan Daedri's Intelligence Guild, the Cinderell. More scholar than spy, I assure you. I was conducting some research in the gallery, then pop! You and that monster arrived.
Well, why are you studying this place?
The gallery's always been a place of special interest for the guild, but we never quite cracked how it worked. Despite the dangers, this is our greatest breakthrough to date. The guild master will be ecstatic, provided we get it under control.
You said something about golems. What's going on here exactly?
Would it frustrate you to hear that I have no idea? We Daedra are cautious by nature, so the Isle of Bolfiera has many defenses. Magical stone guardians protect many of our sacred sites, but somehow this Daedra found a way to turn them against us.
Can you describe the Daedra, Shizel?
Ugh, do I have to? If I recall my studies correctly, I'd say it's a harvester, a huge serpentine creature that feeds on souls and magicka. If it finds a way to consume the energies of the gallery, we will be in very serious trouble.
That sounds like a problem, doesn't it? Alright, what do we got? Oh, want my first staff. Fire staff. Oh, it's gonna be a fire staff, isn't it? Alright.
Larger weapons like staves and great axes will take both hands to use. You can pair smaller weapons with a shield, or another weapon of that size. The choice is yours. Yes, I think that one suits you. If you change your mind, feel free to take any other weapon you want. Now, let's find a spot to practice.
I went magic, because I'm always magic. It's a thing. Not much of a healer anymore, though.
This is as good a place as any. Now, prepare yourself while I conjure up a dance partner. Let's begin. Quickly now, strike the construct. Top mark! do it again. Ready yourself. Quick, strike while it's off balance. You're unnatural. Keep up the defense. Strike hard, now. Raw strength, that. Wonderful. Block its strike. Give it everything you've got. Now, some foes will try to restrain you. Quickly, break free. Ha! You're unstoppable. Again, you broke loose. You ready to break free? You're every bit the warrior I thought you'd be. Again, now press your advantage with a heavy attack. Powerful strike. Again, hold its attack. That was quite a blow. Interrupt now, before it strikes. When your enemy prepares an attack, strike. Interrupting their attack will set them off balance. Good, now destroy it. Well done. Come speak with me for a moment. With moves like that, the Daedra doesn't stand a chance. Yes, I'd say we're ready to set out.
Where are we headed now?
To reach the Keywright's gallery, we have to make it out of this ruin and across a wide field full of the golems I mentioned. With any luck, we'll be able to slip past them. But I'm not all that lucky, so I'm sorry in advance.
Oh, it's alright. We'll head there next. What can we expect to encounter in the gallery?
Well, it begins with a door, the first of many. The only way to access the gallery is through a mysterious gateway. Once we pass through that initial door, we'll step into a huge vault. This is the part that worries me most.
Oh, well, why does it worry you?
I believe Shyazel, the Daedric creature that's causing all this mischief, may have nested itself in there. So be prepared to fight.
Will dealing with Shyazel pacify the golems?
I can't say anything with certainty, but ridding the world of an otherworldly abomination can't hurt, right? Its influence might linger for a time, but the golems should return to normal before too long. Hopefully.
Okay, well, let's go. Check to see if we have anything to loot here. We got a recipe! I love recipes! I never know if I want to be in first person or third person. I like playing both. What is your guys' preference in viewing? I love the looting system in Elder Scrolls Online. Love it. Yes, give me all the stuff. Did we get everything before we... Why are we leading? We're the newbies.
One of the stray golems. We might want to sneak past it.
She is pretty though.
Almost there. Let's hurry.
I don't wanna hurt. I get all the stuffs.
Right. The entrance to the Keywright's gallery should be east of here. Let's set out.
As much as I like to gather anything, if I miss something that's really easy to miss. Sorry. Let's take a look out. What are we looking at? That's pretty awesome. We have to go back for thumbnail. Remember the first time in Elder Scrolls when you took a butterfly and then you realized you got its parts and you're like, I just ripped the wings off of a butterfly. Sorry, dude. Sorry. Sorry. You were so majestic, too. Burnt you to a crisp. I feel bad. You gonna come to life? You look like something that would come to life. Anything. Can't tell if those are statues or golems. Oh.
The Keywright's gallery is in here. Let's head inside.
No one right there, right? one. Where'd you go? You ran up or around? I wasn't paying attention. She must have ran up the stairs. Stay. Hold on.
Well, this is upsetting. Jeffers' bones. The surge of magicka created by the portals you came through. It must have cracked this Skyshard. Without a functioning Skyshard, this gate remains locked, and there's no way for us to proceed. Damn!
Any way we can fix it?
Unless you have a set of enchanting tools and a working knowledge of meteoric empowerment theory, no, there's nothing for it. We need to find a replacement.
Where can we find a replacement Skyshard, though?
I saw one in a vault just south of here a few days ago, but it was flanked by one of the island's more powerful golems. Normally, I'd say we should search for another option, but given the circumstances, I think we have to risk it.
Oh, alright. Well, let's find that Skyshard. Can I ask you something, though, before we set out?
Of course. Let's not tarry too long, though.
What are Skyshards exactly?
Giant clusters of meteoric glass. They fall from Aetherius, charged with raw and very potent magicka. Mages use sky shards in all kinds of rituals and experiments. We Dureni use them as a power source.
What kind of golem did you see near the Skyshard?
It's a monstrous sentinel called a gargoyle. I've never seen one fight, but by all accounts, they are far more powerful than the golems we've faced thus far.
There you go. I loot the stuff.
All right. Do you see that vault to the south? The Skyshard is there.
Should have known we weren't going to get away with that. too easily. Can't remember. How do I roll?
There it is, the Skyshard.
And a big puppy.
Roll to the side.
There we go. It wasn't that bad. It was fine.
What? Did you just absorb the energy of that shard? Incredible. Not quite what I intended, but we can work with this. Let's head back to the gate.
Guys, scout the stuff out again. NPC subtitles. I was looking for you guys. I know some of you really prefer having subtitles on. I love how quickly everything is respawning back in. I should probably really stop. She's making me feel super powerful because she's healing me, and I know that the moment we're done questing with her, with the NPC, it's, I'm gonna be like, aw, I'm so weak. At the gate.
Right. Moment of truth. Ha! You did it! Let's speak for a moment.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do it so fast.
I'm afraid we've reached the really scary bit. The Daedric creature responsible for all these portals waits just beyond that gate. If you have any other preparations to make them now.
Do you have any advice on how to slay this thing?
Again, I'm just a scholar. but I'd encourage you to remember what we practiced before. Keep moving, strike true, and exploit any opening the creature gives you. There it is! Send it back to oblivion!
Only I will remain. Near wither and die. You cannot kill what cannot die. Near only I will remain.
You did it! Hopefully the gallery wasn't too badly damaged. Follow me!
So excited. Let me know in the comments if you want me to read the books or not. I will gladly read them to you. I don't mind. But let me know if you want me to. Anyway. May disaster turn away. The ground shakes, the sky quakes. The forests are ablaze, and darkness falls, and chaos spreads. Betrayal fills the days. May disaster turn away from us. Send your earthquakes to our neighbors. May death and destruction pass us by. Let fire and flood fill another's chambers. Storms strike from distant clouds. Infernos rage. Death amasses. Blackness looms. Discord ahead. Betrayal like a sword blade flashes. When open wide the gates of oblivion. May disaster turn away from us. Send your earthquakes to our neighbors. May death and destruction pass us by. Let fire and flood fill another's chambers. Lord of destruction, Prince of disaster, give our people their space. God of bloodshed, King of betrayal, go visit your troubles some other place. May disaster turn away from us. Send your earthquakes to our neighbors. May death and destruction pass us by. Let fire and flood fill another's chambers.
By all the stars! Look at the central column. I had no idea it was concealing something like this. Let's get a closer look.
Which direction to go? Legend of Beyond, Guide and Ghost Story. Deep within these crumbling walls, where memories are said to speak and the dead mingle with the living, waits a treasure unlike any other. Its origins are unknown, but those brave enough to venture into the ruins of Vion have brought back the words that were spoken to them by those who died long ago. Most notably, the ghost of a young adventurer who battled monsters and night creatures through the halls in search of a cure for his ailing mother's sickness. He can be seen fighting his enemies in a corridor buried beneath the ground. Each time he staggers under the assault, he talks to his mother as if he can hear her voice. There are moments when he speaks to her as if to reassure that he is coming back. But other times, tears can be seen on his face while he tries to placate her angry spirit. In a different part of the ruin, children can be heard playing among the rocks. A blacksmith's hammer can be heard, but only on nights when the stars are behind the cloud. Rarer still, during storms, a voice chanting and speaking in an unknown language can be heard just before thunder rumbles through the cracks in the walls. Whatever else beyond holds, one thing is clear. It gives up neither its dead, nor its secrets quietly. So I decided as I was reading those, I may not read you all the books, because some of them aren't very important. Some of them are interesting, some of them are just babble. Sighs of Blackwood. As the lamps go out in Gideon, the rafts drift through the mire. You can hear the songs of spear toads ring out like sap blessed choir. Oh, Blackwood, Vastia, Blackwood. Oh, Blackwood, Vastia, Blackwood. Ratavia, sigh your tales, make moist our scales. When I swim your murky waters and I taste the wasu fruit, I count my blessings like torchbug flares. That it's here my hiss took root. Oh, Blackwood, Vastia, Blackwood. Ratavia, sigh your tales, make moist our scales. The smell of peat fills my nose, and the mud dries on my back. I feel the swell of 100 harvests, sleeping in your soil so black. Oh, Blackwood, Vastia, Blackwood. Ratavia, sigh your tales, make moist our scales. Ratavia, sigh your tales, make moist our scales. Tales of Blackmarsh. A collector of stories. The oppressive heat presses over me, drowning me. The warmth is a wool blanket being stuffed down my throat, unfurling in my lungs. I have never felt such heat. There's a wetness to it that makes it tangible, as if I could reach out and wring the air around my wrist. How do they stand this place? Daedra spits. I can see her sweat-soaked tunic and her hair sticking to her neck. I assume she's talking about the Argonians that call this place home. I don't have an answer. I fear my words will melt in my mouth if I try to speak. Sharp pain pierces my arm. At this point, I don't even have the energy to cry out. I swat at the flesh fly, and my fingers come away wet as blood rises to the surface of my wilted skin. The pain is a dull roar compared to the fire burning in my legs. We've been walking for hours. We should have found the road before the sun set, but there's no denying it now. We are well and truly lost. We're walking in circles, Theo says. My boots are sodden. I want to tell her that soggy boots are the least of our problems, but I think better of it. I don't want to frighten her. I'm forming something to say to comfort her instead when I hear the low, throaty beat of a drum. It reverberates just once through the squalor. The sound squelches through the muck with an ominous echo. And for a moment I fear I have gone mad, and that the sound was my own heartbeat giving a poignant pang inside my ears. But Theo perks her head up. What was that? There's an edge of fear to her voice now. It sounded like a drum, I say unhelpfully. I peer out to the moon-dusted shadows of the black marsh, my heart in my throat. I see no movement, no inky black figures in the night, no eyes gleaming in the dark. The silence is almost painful. Not a thing breathes, and the water is still. Let's just keep moving, I say. Theo says nothing, and I assume the fear has stolen her breath, so I turn back to check on her. There is only darkness behind me. I think my eyes are playing tricks on me. I swipe my hand out, expecting to hit the solidness of her, but the air is empty, save for the heavy, insufferable heat. Daedra? Daedra! I call almost sternly. Don't wander off! A lone beat of a drum answers me, closer this time. I nearly jump out of my skin. I whirl, and this time I see the shadow of a figure darting ahead of me. It's too quick to be Theo, and from the sliver of moonlight I can see it has a tail. Theo, I whisper. Fear sets my blood to flame. Another drum beat pounds through Black Marsh, and I begin to run. I don't know where I'm running. All I know is that I must flee. I'm forced to wrench free of the mud with every step. My lungs choke down the thick air, and sweat races down my back. The drum is closer now, just over my shoulder, but I can't stop running to check. I won't. I must keep going. I must. The ground rushes up to meet me. Putrid water sprays up all around me as I sprawl into the swamp and begin to sink. Water fills my ears, but I can still hear the thunderous sound of the drum. I struggle to pick myself up, and weeds and muck squeeze through my fingers. I raise my head above the surface, and directly across from me, something picks its head up in tandem. I think it might be Theo, but the face is wrong. The right size, but the eyes glitter like rubies, and moonlight shines on the scales. I realize I'm staring into the face of a giant snake. The snake opens its jaws wide. A gaping, fathomless void stares back at me. It descends upon me. I got eaten by a snake. Hymns of Zenithar. Kneel before the hallowed anvil, pious child of Forge's flame. Reap the bounty of honest toil. To Zenithar they love proclaim. Zenithar, my lord of labor, I pray my hands are callous blessed. To thine anvil my sweat doth drip, as the steadfast heart beats in my chest. Zenithar, my god of wealth, fill my coffer with hard-earned gold, the fruits of honest industry, oaths fulfilled and good ware sold. Zenithar, mine father of rest, grant my back its well-earned peace. When day grows dim and coals burn low, let thirst be slaked and labor cease.
This is the Keywright's gallery, but not as I remember it. Now I see why we never managed to unlock the gates. Their power comes from this arcane helix. Amazing. With the helix exposed, these gates can finally reopen. Perhaps not all of them at first, but enough to reach most of Tamriel. The question for you, I suppose, is where to first? Can you believe this? Just look around. With this arcane helix exposed, the chamber is positively crackling with magic. The Keywright's gallery has come to life, and I finally think I know why.
What do you mean? Why did it come to life?
Because of you. Matters in Tamriel are bleak. War rages in Cyrodiil. Daedric princes conspire. Dragons ride the winds of elsewhere. The Second Era needs a savior. I believe the gallery, perhaps even the adamantine tower itself, chose you.
What do you think I should do next?
The Keywright's gallery opened doors to every corner of Tamriel, places I suspect that desperately need a hero's aid. This choice is yours to make, but wherever you choose to go, I'm sure adventure awaits. May the stars protect you. So, have you chosen where to go? What region of the world strikes your fancy? Not everyone gets to pass instantly from one side of Tamriel to another, you know. This is quite a gift.
You plan to use one of the doors as well?
What, me? No, I've got work to do. The Cinderil will want every bit of this place searched and studied. Since I did the discovering, I'll probably end up leading the effort. Adventure abroad sounds all well and good, but my place is here.
Do you really think fate brought me here?
Well, fate's sort of a clumsy way to put it. No offense. Honestly, we may never know why you were chosen. But I believe there was intention here. Something, whether it be the stars, the gallery, or the tower itself, placed you here for a reason.
And Shizel, what brought it here?
Perhaps it followed you to prevent you from reaching your, well, destiny sounds a bit too grandiose. Let's just say to stop you from reaching your potential. Then again, maybe the power of this place brought you here to stop Shizel.
Guess we'll never know.
Probably not. But what's a life without unanswered questions, right? Boring, if you ask me.
Do you think you'll ever unravel the mysteries of this place?
Ha! An elf can hope. Answering that question will probably keep me occupied for the next 100 years. Is the helix connected to the adamantine tower? How does it perceive distant corners of Tamriel? I may never understand it, but I'll do my best.
Any thoughts on where I should go?
It is a bit overwhelming, isn't it? The whole of Tamriel stretched out before you. We could start with the political considerations. 3 great alliances vie for control of Cyrodiil. Does the fate of the Pact, Covenant, or Dominion interest you?
I guess I would like to travel to an alliance territory, or I'd like to travel outside the borders of the 3 alliance. I guess I'd say I would like to travel to an alliance territory.
Excellent. You can visit Stros Mackay in Daggerfall Covenant territory, an island called Kanathi's Ruse that the Aldmeri Dominion set its eyes on, or the Ebonheart Pact's domain.
On second thought, I might want to travel outside the borders of the 3 great alliances.
I don't blame you. Interprovincial intrigue is the basis of my whole profession, and even I find it tiresome after a while. I suppose that widens the map a bit.
Where else could I find adventure?
Well, as I said before, threats to Tamriel have grown like weeds practically everywhere. Would you prefer to spend time among my elven kin, the Khajiit of elsewhere, or men of the north and south?
What can you tell me about elsewhere?
According to our spies, the land of the catfolk is in sorry shape. Imperial holdouts sit upon the throne, and a rage of dragons spilled out of the halls of Colossus, burning everything in their path. If it's adventure you seek, you'll find it there.
You mentioned elves too. Where can I find them?
If you take the gate to Vardenfell, you can meet the Dark Elves, and maybe even the God King, Vivek. You could also travel south to Somerset Isle, our ancestral home and the primary seat of power for the High Elves.
Is there work to do on the Somerset Isle?
Always. Though the natives don't make it easy. High Elves of Somerset don't share the Durrani's pragmatism. They're often too proud to ask for help. But our agents reported some strange activity around the Crystal Tower. It's probably worth a look.
Can you tell me about those realms of men you mentioned?
Certainly. One of these gates appear to go to Western Skyrim, a hermitical kingdom of Nords led by King Svargrim. The other leads to Blackwood, at the southern tip of Cyrodiil. Imperial remnants rule there.
What happened in Western Skyrim?
The Nords of Western Skyrim are inhospitable, to put it lightly. Even so, we've been able to glean a few things. I've read reports about increased vampiric activity in the region. Never a good sign. They need stout adventurers to deal with it.
Goodbye. It's actually kind of funny how it's all loped in together. Like, I get it. And I don't know where to go. I guess we will do that in the next episode. Okay, I've been to High Isle. I actually did that just most recent. Garden Paw. Rock Isle. Roost. Oh, I don't remember that at all. Peninsula. I did Blackwood. Elsewhere, I just did that one too. Somerset. It's interesting, as you approach them, you can hear the soundtrack that is known to go with each game. Western Skyrim. Interesting. Alright, I don't know which to do next. The music of it. I know it well. Alright, I'll figure it out and I will see you guys on the next episode. Hopefully you guys will put up with me playing the game and like it. Cause I want to play it desperately. Alright, see you guys next time. Thanks for keeping me company.